Alright guys, welcome to the video. Dane here with my new buddy Delvin, and this is 2017?
Yes,
2017 WRX. So you guys go back in time or read a 2013 WRX, and this is the new and much improved generation of that car. So man, obviously this thing is nowhere near stock. So tell me a little bit of what's done to your WRX. Man.
First I did a Muffler Delete quad tips. I rolled with that for a while until I changed my mind to a single exit. Then I had a muffler for that one, took it off. I just wanted to hear the turbo noise, so I took that off. That's just straight pipe cat back, and I added a catless J pipe. And then after that I did a 3-inch intake, tuned it. Then a couple months later I added TGV deletes and boost controller at the same time. Got a tune for that. And then a couple weeks ago I added a blow-off valve / bypass valve. Blow-off valve / bypass valve.
Okay.
So 50% goes recirculated, 50% goes in the atmosphere. All that's tuned, so I should be running about 290, early 300 wheel horsepower.
That's healthy, man. That's awesome. So I see the Cobb access port, so obviously you're rocking a Cobb tune on here.
Yes.
So how much boost is it pushing, that max boost?
21, it is tuned for 21 PSI, but it has been 22 to 23 plenty of times.
Okay, cool. Love the way the clutch feels too, though. There's not a whole lot of travel in the clutch. I mean, there's probably, you know, maybe only 2 inches from the floor to where it actually engages.
Yeah.
But very direct though. I mean, the transmission shifts super smooth.
And for the stick, I've added shifter bushing, so it's more smooth, and a pit shifter stop, so 1 and 2 weren't so wiggly.
Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, I mean, just sitting inside this thing is, and I hate that I'm knocking my buddy because that was his WRX, but this thing is just so much nicer. I mean, it's amazing what, you know, because I think they kind of changed to this face in about 2015.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how different of a car it makes. Every complaint I had about the last car was just, I mean, you know, you were driving a 2013 car, but you felt like the car was from 2004. Like, I mean, it was just kind of that bare. But in this car, you actually get some creature comforts now. I mean, you get, you know, a nice big, I think it's like a 6.2-inch, you know, touchscreen stereo, which that's nice. You get all kinds of different center screens. It's all color display. You get a, you know, big center screen up there, and you get a lot more buttons. And that's one thing that I feel like the older gen WRX was missing. It was missing that complete car. Yeah,
the interior basically.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That whole interior of, you know, having things inside the car that made you enjoy it. And that's part of the, you know, draw of a car is the interior. This is where you spend all your time. And I felt like in the last car it was missing a few things, whereas this car is very, very cool. My favorite thing with all the WRXs, I didn't even know until I drove one, was that red backlighting on the gauges.
Yeah,
that's the coolest thing.
It just pops out so much.
Yeah, then just my favorite part so far is the steering wheel. I mean, you have flat bottom, I love, flat sides, which is also really cool. You have super deep 9 3 grips, and then the 10 2 notches are massive. I mean, talking about a driving focused car, this is pretty good.
It's pretty much just track ready out of the box.
It feels it too, man. Just the suspension and the steering is all super, super tight. Not uncomfortable, but just you can tell that the whole car was just really made with a purpose. I mean, not a lot of body roll. Is this thing lowered at all?
No.
Just even better, which shows to go you what this car could be like lowered. That if it's this good stock, I mean, I wouldn't even need to play with it. I mean, as far as a good car, that's why you see so many of these guys autocrossing these things, and you know, I mean, people have raced WRXs for years because they're just really, really good. So I'm going to ask you a question because I know you kind of brought it up earlier. Why did you go for the WRX over the STI?
So I went with the WRX because I wanted a 4-door car, obviously, because I have 2 kids. Okay. So I was thinking about getting the Charger RT because I love V8s, but then everybody here in Texas have V8s, so that's pretty much just generic. You used to see it everywhere on the road. It's like 10 a day. So my second choice was WRX. Okay. Because I'm also love Japanese cars. So I picked the WRX because I always liked it. When I first saw it on the road back in 2015, I was like, that is a nice looking car. So when I did think about getting this car, I also thought about performance wise. They changed the engine. Now it's not an EJ no more, so the ringling failures are not as big as the EJ.
Okay.
It's direct injection, new turbo, twin squirrel.
Okay.
Peak torque is at 2,000 RPM.
Oh, nice. So real low torque on the full boost, huh?
So I looked at that, and I wanted an all-wheel drive because I also wanted to take it off-roading if I can.
And that's awesome. I love the whole rally aspect of Subaru. You know, I think people spend so much time with these things on the street and slamming these things, and it all looks cool like that. But I think you forget where the WRX kind of got its name, you know, and made a name for itself was rallying.
Yeah, I just wanted a car to basically just do it all. If I wanted to take it to the track, I could take it to the track. If I want to take it to a drag track, I could take it there.
Yeah, four-wheel drive launches out of the thing.
Take it off-road if I can find a place and take it there. I've done an off-road before, but the terrain was just sandy. It was fun, but I needed something else.
You know, that's true too. You know, I mean, the whole hot hatch thing, I feel like this car kind of falls into that similar category as the ST and, you know, the WRX, the GTI and all the cars like that. But where this one does excel is being four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a car that can do everything. You have a car that can do everything all those cars can do, and then it can go off-road. Nice, man. I dig this car. Especially, you know, like you said, you have two kids. You know, if you're a family guy that you have kids, and, you know, getting a Mustang GT or a two-door sports car is not practical for you. This is, in my opinion, the best option you can buy. Then you get the whole Subaru lifestyle that goes with it too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody, you know, Subaru guys are always super cool. And there's just a friggin' huge cult following for this car. And the aftermarket is massive for them.
Yes, very.
And they're always going to be cool. You know,
they're still adding more to it too.
And that's my favorite part about the WRX is, you know, I don't think I've ever, and I'm sure they're out there, but I've never met someone in the car show that's ever hated a WRX. You know, I mean, or an STR, or just Subaru in general. I mean, you got the Mustang haters and Camaro haters, but when it comes to Subaru, everybody's like, yeah, it's a pretty cool car. Yeah. It's got a big wing.
Even if it's just, you know, old, has 200,000 miles, everybody still loves it.
Right, everybody still loves a Subi, man. They're just fun, little, happy cars. This thing makes so many different noises. That's one thing I love about it versus my car. My car's just blah, blah, blah. This thing makes, you have noises coming from the back, from the front, from the left, from right. So let's point it straight and let's send it. Do a full first gear. Jesus, it's fast. Let's be a little smooth. Let's just go second gear. The boost build a little in. I love that blow-off valve. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. I need a turbo in my life, or at least some form of boost.
Yeah, that's what one of my friends says. Boost is more funner than V8s.
Boost is, I swear, it's just, he's not wrong. I mean, there's something special to be had about a V8 too, but I mean, just the noise you can get, I mean, you just feel so mechanical. Just a super clean looking car. I mean, it's not going to attract any attention to you, apart from the big wing. You might get a little attention with the big wing. The wing, but it's not like my car. I'm not cruising around with blue stripes and a big loud exhaust. I mean, this thing's actually just a normal looking car that it just happens to be really, really fast. Ah, big pop. And it brakes. Yeah, good brakes. Delvin, I like your car, sir.
Thank you.
It's so much fun. Guys, obviously I love any WRX, but there's just something about the newer one. I mean, obviously, you know, new cars are always going to be a little bit nicer, but this thing is really, really nice inside, and you know, it does really give you that best of both worlds. I mean, you get the performance, and you also get the nice comfort of having nice things inside of the car too. It's a nice car, man. I really, really like your car.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that just about does it for me, Delvin. Thank you for letting me drive your car, sir. I really appreciate it, man. And if you guys have any questions for me or him, again, drop them in the comments below. I'm sure we'll both be in there fishing through everything. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, bye.